Let's see. Okay, recording.
Yeah, it says recording, so.
There we go. Um,
Um, you can just put it, what? I don't know. Are those clean? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, can you shut my door? Thank you. My mom's here, thank goodness.
oh, did you make it?
Yeah, she got here. She arrived, but then her bags were on a later flight, so
Oh,
Chloe and I had to wait in the cell lot at the airport, but the cell lot has like the crappiest cell service. So like my mom, I'm like, is she messaging me? I don't know. I'm like driving around. It was crazy. But yeah, she just got here. And Chloe didn't get on the bus today because apparently Steven walked her to the bus because I was working, and it was like the slightest chill in the air here. It's still like in the 70s.
mm-hmm.
And it was picture day, and she had short sleeves on when she got to the bus, and her little bus bestie had like a coat on. And Chloe didn't have a coat on. It's so cold. So then I see the bus like drive by, and then like I hear this little voice, and I hear Steven like 2 minutes later, like carrying her, and she's flailing like through the neighborhood. And like we had to get her to school because it was picture day, and like it was already like 8:50 and their pictures were at 9:20.
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, I swear if you miss your pictures, like I don't know.
Man.
Okay, well I needed a coat. And I'm like, you used to live in Wisconsin, kid. Like you don't
We'll say.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I love it. My daughter has picture day tomorrow. Anyway, should we just jump in?
Yeah, we'll start and then we can record it. So
Yep.
If anybody wants to hear what we talked about, we can
Sounds
send
good.
it.
So, Carrie, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Well, I can, I think I shared like my goals with the group, and then, Melissa, so my goals, Leah, were 6 cooking classes. I have 4 booked now. $2,000 in personal sales. I wanted to expand our whole team by 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2 personal ones, and then hopefully 2 through the group. And I know that Vivian already had 1 this month, but like we didn't announce it or anything, Melissa, because she really just wanted the kit. But she said she does want to keep her discount, so she plans on qualifying every 3 months or whatever. So
What is the qualification? I haven't looked at it because I've just been qualifying. So I mean, what is it? $250 every 3 months?
Look at me like, oh, I just sell thousands a month.
I just did it.
I'm not worried about it.
So, yeah, I feel like I'm foggy on the exact specifics, but say what you think it is, and I'll say if I agree.
So it's every 3 months. You have to have in 1 month. It's not cumulative. It's in 1 month. You have to have 250 QV, which comes out to like, I don't know, like $190, something like that. So it's not even. I mean, I'd say $200 that you gotta sell. So that's what it is. But it has to be in a whole. All of it in the same month, so it's not cumulative. So I'm always making sure I tell people that, like, yeah. So did I get that right, Leah?
Yeah, I think the part that I'm unclear about is like when that starts. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody joins in October, what is their 3 months? Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I need to get clarification on.
So I would assume, like, it always seems like with anything in Epicure so far, like the month you join is like a freebie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would think like those preceding 3 months, you would have to do it. So like say for like this month, someone didn't do 250. They have next month and the month after to do it. And then if they don't, then they would not qualify.
And then they can actually pay to like stay active too. They can,
Yeah,
I think
it's like what,
40 or
50.
50. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, to reactivate?
yeah, without being completely out, they can
Oh.
kind of, yeah.
But you just don't go towards the sales number, so you're an unqualified consultant.
Right. Like, so if people don't qualify in a month, then it's like they're obviously still on the team and, you know, and everything like that, but they're just not qualified, which doesn't mean they're going to lose their discount or anything unless they're not qualified for 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be handy for you to know, Melissa, like if, because I know you had mentioned you wanted to start doing recruiting. So it's probably going to be something that people are going to ask is like, you know,
well, and I haven't honestly even kind of read about that part. You know, I haven't paid attention because I'm just entering my parties.
just a couple.
Just doing my parties.
Yeah. So speaking of that, I wanted to just tell you guys the breakdown of your, we'll call it a team because Carrie Ann, you are almost a leader. But you guys, Carrie Ann had 1,718 QV for September. Melissa, 1,424 QV. Vivian was 2,153 QV. Francine was 629 QV. Alyssa, 754 QV. And then total as a team of 5 of you that put in QV, that was 6,678 QV. So to be a leader, you need a total of 6,000 QV. So the total team QV was 6,678 with just the 5. And now there's actually 7 with Carrie Ann. So very achievable to kind of, you know, if you just kind of keep doing what they're doing and things like that. That's what September looked like. So that was exciting. And 2 promotions too. So Vivian became a senior consultant by Alyssa being sponsored, and then Carrie Ann promoted to executive, which is awesome as well. So yeah, so Melissa, do you mind sharing kind of like what you hope your October looks like? And
yeah, I haven't honestly spent too much time thinking about it quite yet. October, right. Yeah, the few. I guess it is already the 8th, isn't it? Holy balls!
Right, I know.
Yeah, I'm like, it's only like October 3rd. You know, no, right. I guess it's not. I do want to recruit. I'm trying. I've been talking to people. I actually was texting one of my friends. I'm like, you know, really, you should just seriously, you know, she just had a party. I'm like, she sold Tastefully Simple. So I'm like, you should just sell this now, you know? And she's like, haha. I'm like, no, really, you know? So I'm trying. It's just, yeah, I'm trying. I do want to recruit. I do want to recruit a few, you know, and I want to hit, I think, I don't know where I'm at already. I think I'm already at like 700.
Yeah.
I was going to say my goal is 1,000, but I guess no, I have to have a higher goal than that. So probably about, I don't know, 2,000 because I don't have too many more parties. I got to book more parties. I had a lot of parties right away, and now they've kind of died out. So it's like, and I'm having a hell of a time with the Facebook parties. Almost all my Facebook parties, I'm like either putting in a small order for myself to get them to the 250. There was like 2 of them that I just had to put in a few, like a little bit. And it's like, I refuse to not have that party. So, and there's stuff but it's just like those damn Facebook parties are killing me. And it's like, I'd much rather, and I have one, not this Sunday, but the Sunday after or Saturday after, I have another cooking class.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a whole different group. So I'm hoping to get a lot more out of there.
Yeah.
And I have a few friends that I think that have all said, or people that I've done parties for in the past. They're like, oh yeah. So I just need to kind of figure out my schedule and hit them up.
Right.
So I'm coming. I have a busy October in general right now. But I'm trying to, I want to build up a lot because Rich will be home sometime in November. So I'm trying to, yeah, finally. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
So he'll be home sometime in the middle of November. So I'm kind of, I want to have a good base going because he thinks this is full of crap anyways. He thinks I've done other party plans and I've never done what I'm doing now,
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
So it's like, no. And I'm trying to explain to him, I'm like, hon, I'm getting paid. Like I seriously, we're going to have
not
to take
losing money.
Well, that's what I told him. I'm like, I'm going to have to claim it on taxes.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute, what? Because he's gone, so he doesn't have any clue. Granted, he also doesn't see the boxes of Epicure that's all over the house. We won't talk about that. But so yeah, and I've seen like some of you guys' posts on like the Instapot deals, I think, where you're doing. Are you guys like, so when they do that, when you're doing and you have like the Instapot deals, I saw that coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sending them yourself, all the samples?
So
or all the
So somebody in our organization created that, like she tested the recipes, and what the people would do is they would order the items needed individually. So there's a list, and it's like they need the Monday to Friday dinner collection. They need to order the cha-cha chili. They need the creamy ranch. It all totals like $58. So the person would just go in and you'd say, order these 6 things.
Okay.
Send it to their house, and then you just like email them the recipe document.
Okay. I wasn't.
Yeah, the Monday through Friday comes with sample packs of things, and that kind of threw me off before too. I'm like, wait, how do I get them the samples? And then I ordered the Monday through Friday for a girl down the street, and like I opened it up and it was just like this box filled with stuff. So that's what it is. So I'm hoping I can get some people to bite on that.
Yeah, that's what I saw that, and I've been trying to come up with things, and I have. I mean, I have bought stuff for myself, and I'm trying to keep track of everything that I'm using for, for cooking demos and everything. And actually, even right now, I didn't have anything for lunch, so I just made up some for tomorrow. So I just made some chickpea pasta, and I just made the Alfredo sauce, popped it together, and that's gonna be my lunch tomorrow. So I'm trying to add more and do more of those kind of things onto my Facebook site. Trying to get people onto my Facebook site. I'm just like, I'm stuck at the 73 people on, and it's just like, because you get the Facebook, I mean, that's where a lot of the stuff comes from nowadays, is that kind of stuff, so I'm trying to do that kind of stuff. And I was just trying to figure out if you guys were like doing like your own combinations and sending it, because I think come closer to Christmas, I'm going to see what I have and maybe make some meals or some combinations up, like 1, 1, and 1 versus 3 of one kind, if I have them,
Right. Yep.
So I was thinking about doing that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And like Melissa,
and I haven't done it, and I know that I think I talked to both of you guys about the whole like expos or the whole like the party. Yeah, and I didn't do it because I didn't have enough time to actually do it. But there's as ever, it's coming to that time of year where they're all over. So it's like I kind of want to try to do 1 or 2 of those, because I think I don't know about you guys with like the Facebook things, but I found that the products are just so new that it's like if they haven't tasted them, they're having a hard time wanting to buy them.
Right.
So it's like.
So going back to what you were saying too about your Facebook classes, so 2 thoughts. The first one is, it sounds like your in-person classes are going awesome. So, and it's probably because you enjoy that, you're enjoying it, you're bringing like a positive energy to that. So if you love that, just keep focusing on that. There's nothing, I'm really stuffy, sorry. There's nothing wrong with, trying the Facebook classes, but I will tell you that mine has been a ton of trial and error too, in the past 6 weeks or whatever. And I feel like finally I have a system that I think is going to be pretty effective. Like it's just, I've done a lot of different things. Like I tried the squee, and then I tried doing a Facebook class in my main group or host inviting everybody. That flopped.
I wondered how that did that. I was gonna see, because I was curious about that, because I thought about trying that too. I think I talked to Carrie Ann about it too. I thought about seeing how that worked, and then all of a sudden I saw that because I watched a few of your demos, and I even got ideas of demos and that kind of stuff. And I was like, and then I saw that you didn't do it again for a little bit. I'm like,
okay, other people probably noticed that too. Yeah. And I think it's good to be cooking in your group. Like, I want to continue that in some fashion for just the customers that are in there. But as a class or party, it was terrible. So, yeah, I'm back to doing a separate group for every host, which I'm assuming is what you were doing.
Yeah. Yep.
And I am doing like very minimal actual posts. I'm making the bulk of it a 30-minute cooking demo class. So it's like everything's leading up to Thursday night at 8:00 when they're going to hop on and watch the cooking demo. And I've done 5 of them now, and 4 of them were great. The 5th, I think that's just, and then there's going to be some that fail, like no matter. Right. So the 1 out of 5, like fine.
What I've been doing for the Facebook groups is I do a whole nother party, so they have their own party, they can invite their own friends. Mm-hmm. And then I do the same type of thing, like, okay, Sunday night at 8:00 or whatever, I'm going to do a demo, and I will do a full live. I do a Facebook live, and I do a demo, and then I'll do posts after that. So I'll post a few things like with the sample or with I've saved them from one of your guys's launch, and I'm just kind of changing the word so I don't go into Facebook jail, and changing it and adding it. And they've been hit and miss. I've had some that have been okay, and I had one party where there was not a single order, and I felt bad because I didn't even know who this host was. She booked actually off somebody else, but she didn't order off her friends. She just had a party. Well, then. So her friend didn't actually order off of hers. I'm like, well, there was no order. So
I had that
I'm
too.
like, well, I told her, I said, well, I'll send you out a free sample anyways because I feel bad. I'm like, I feel bad. And I want her to try it because then maybe she'll have me at her house and actually look for her,
Right.
But see, like, I'm struggling. Like, I have not had anybody book an in-person class. I haven't done like, I want people to, like, because I would like that, but, and I think part of it is, too, at least where you're lucky, Melissa, like, you've lived where you are. Yeah. Like, local people, and I think for me, I'm kind of like, okay.
All the parties that I've had, most of them have been friends. There's been one that I just got to know, and there was actually a Facebook party that of a person I didn't know. But, there's everyone else has been pretty much friends, of some point. So, and like I said, there's still, I want to book, I have one party booked. I want to book a few more for October. I want to have November going because I'm kind of counting on this now for Christmas money because it's working out well. Right. So if I can show it to Rich that, no, this is going, wow, this is what I'm going to use for Christmas, not that he's not going to care that I do it. That's not it at all. He won't care at all. But it won't be like the epicure. Okay.
But that'll be good. And plus you've earned your kit money back.
Well, I haven't told him that. I talked to him tomorrow. I'm hoping to talk to him tomorrow. So I'm going to tell him that. I said, that was my first goal was to earn my kit money back. And I did. So I'm excited about that. That's huge. I don't think I've ever hit. I think that's huge. I don't think I've hit an other party plans, that kind of a thing before, so I'm like, I'm appreciating it. I like it.
Yeah.
Do you know, is that cash or is that?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny because I haven't actually seen it like on a commission summary. So I need to ask about that because I was, thinking it would be relatively instant, at least that it would show up. And I don't remember seeing it ever. So I'm going to ask because it is cash deposited, like with some paycheck at some point, but I just didn't actually see it. So I need to check. But
So when did you hit your 8, Leah?
I mean, it was in September sometime. So
I wonder if it hits with the bonuses, like on the 10th.
right, but it's not like when I look at
it's not
September.
showing up.
Yeah. So I forgot. You reminded me that I was meaning to ask. So yeah, but it is cash. So.
Well, that's I'm I don't really need any more Epicure right now, so I'm hoping it was cash and not credit. I thought about that. I was like, oh man, I don't need the credit right now. I mean, I could use it, but
yeah, it's nice how it's smart how they did it. Like free products for $4 and then cash and then more free products because it's like a good mix of stuff.
Well, I had like $160 of the credit signing. So I was like, oh, but what I did is I did end up buying a lot of like lighter things to mail.
Yeah.
Like the taco seasoning and like things like that. So like if someone wins a prize pack or something, I can throw 3 little samples and a taco and, you know, a like not a regular mailing envelope, but like a folded over like manila envelope or something and just like send that a mail. So I did buy like, and especially for hosts too, like, or hosts to host, but don't make the whatever, I can at least send a pack of you know, taco seasoning or something. So
yeah,
I did.
Great idea.
I used my money for that too. So
awesome. So Melissa, do you is leader something that, like, I guess, you know, some people don't have, like, you know, they don't know necessarily what their big goals are or why, you know, that you're doing this and you're obviously making income and that's helpful. But do you understand the qualifications for leader, and is that something that, you know, might be in the picture for you?
I have looked at that because I have, it's funny, I have the compensation thing in my backpack. So I pull it out every once in a while, because especially like when Carrie Ann or whatnot, someone recruits, I'm like, well, what is that now?
Right.
So
how much money is that? What's my bonus?
Yeah, I'm like, what do I get for this? What do you get for that? I'm right now, I mean, probably not. That's not something that I'm looking for right this second. At some point, I think I would like to. Right now, I just want to get the first one. I just want a $40 bonus. I want a couple of those damn $40 bonuses, because that's the first 3 months, right? You get those?
Yep.
Yeah, that's my goal. I want a bonus. Yeah. And I got my kit bonus, but I'm not done. And I want more bonuses. So I am working on that. But right now, leader, I don't have, truthfully, I don't have the time. That is like something I don't even remotely have the time for right now.
Yeah. And I think too, like, there truly is a little bit of a misconception that, like, once you're a leader, you're doing like 10 times more. And the reality is that, like, no matter what rank you are, the amount of like cooking classes you're doing is relatively the same, you know, and it's just obviously once you sponsor people and have, you know, teammates, yes, you talk to them, but you're not even their main, you know, you're not like their only main contact. So that's something that I think that a lot of people, it's hard to wrap your head around. It's like, oh, that must take so much more time. And it really doesn't take more time, in the sense of like you're going to be doing so much more. So just something to know, because it's easy to think like I remember when I became a leader with Wild Tree, I was probably doing like an hour a day when I first became a leader. So it's not like hours and hours more. You know, obviously as your team gets bigger, then that takes more time, but yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But as far as so for Carrie Ann, who is obviously trying to go for leader in October, she has 4 personal teammates that submit the 250 QV, meaning that they're qualified. And then 2 additional teammates. They could be ones that she personally sponsored or indirect that also do 250 QV. The 6,000 total with everybody, and then 1,000 personal QV for her. So 1,000, like to be a leader, you only personally need to sell 1,000 QV, which is
like
$750, right?
Yeah, $750. Yeah,
something like that. So the actual, personal sales, it's not, crazy by any means. And I think I need to get some water, but yeah. So talk amongst yourselves. Be right back.
So what day does Rich come home? Do you know?
I don't. Sometime, well, he booked us a hotel room. He wanted to he's like, we're going to get a hotel room. And I think he said, when is it? November 16th. We're going away for the night. So I know he'll be home by November 16th. But he doesn't know. And then I think it's going to be the week of the 4th because I have something else I'm doing is I do a fundraiser, a bowling fundraiser that I'm putting on. One other thing to put on. But we do that on the 2nd. And I asked if he was going to be home for that. And he's like, no, not going to be home for that. So I'm assuming it's the week of the 4th.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to be home for Halloween, but no, not yet. So.
Because he had gone longer this time than he was last time, right?
It feels like it. I think he's in country longer. Oh, wait, meeting has been upgraded. Oh, okay. I don't know. I just got a weird thing. Okay. Sorry. I just had a weird thing pop up on the thing. He left like the middle of July. So it feels like it's been a little bit. He's usually gone 3 months. So yeah, it's a little longer this time, but I think it just might be, it took him a while to get in country. It took a few weeks to actually travel into country because they had to go through Qatar and then they had to fly up and go into Afghanistan. So it's a different way of, they can't just fly over like they have other places. Yeah.
So how long has it been that he's been gone?
He left I think he left the middle of July.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was the middle because it was around my birthday, I think.
Yeah. I want to say it was like the 20th or he was supposed to like the 19th, 20th, sometime around in there he left.
Okay.
So it's been long enough. It's time for him to get home. I'm done.
Too long, I'm sure.
Yeah. Every time he leaves, I come up with a new thing to do. So usually I'm destroying the house or painting or whatever, and I just nope, not this time. I'm like, I just got too much shit to do. So
you're like, I'm making money.
Well, that's exactly it. I'm like, I would love actually truly this to be enough income because right now I work 2 jobs, I do this, and I go to school. So I would love to be able to quit my part-time job.
Yeah.
So
well, that's a great goal, like bigger goal for sure.
Yeah. So at some point, that's what I would like to do. I'd like to be bringing in enough to where, and that's just more, it's bartending. It's a fun night, but it'd be nice to not have to be gone.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of you guys' time, but a couple quick things. So as far as ideas, you guys both are mentioning recruiting, more bookings, things like that. I always like when people say that they need more, I'm always like, oh, like, do I have this magical advice? Like, what's the secret to get more bookings? And it's funny, like the one thing is like personal reach outs. That's like whenever I'm stuck and I need more on my calendar or want more, whatever it is, that's what I have to go back to. Like, that's it. And then I was thinking, so I didn't mention this to Carrie Ann earlier, just go to your Facebook group because the people that are there have somewhat chosen to be there probably, right? They're at least kind of maybe seeing what you're posting. They kind of know what it is. It's not going to be like completely out of the blue for you to message them. So just go through, and people always say the first thing you should ask is about hosting about the business. And if they say no to that, then, offer hosting. And if they say no to that, then maybe they want to come to a class at your house or just try something. So kind of, 3 different things when you're reaching out to people. I honestly tend to just be like, well, I think this person will make a good host, and I'm going to reach out to them about the business, and maybe this person wants to buy. But really, the best thing you can do is kind of don't prejudge what they might want and offer all 3 things. But yeah, personal reach outs. And then the reason sometimes that we have to go back to that is mainly because, like, for me, if I'm not focusing enough on, like, when I'm doing a class, focusing enough on getting bookings from that class, right, then I have to go back to the reach out. So if you're, for the classes that you do have, whether they're online or in person, just focus on, have a goal of every time I want 1 or I want 2 future classes booked off of this, because then you don't have to do so much of the, okay, now I'm starting from scratch again and I have to reach out, right? So if you can get them, that's the best, right? Ideally. And for me too, I learned that and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't really put enough energy or effort into getting a booking off of this current booking. Like, that's super important. So those are really my 2 best pieces of advice as far as that goes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think, like, and we all know, like, we've gotten random people we haven't talked to in like 10 years that are like, oh, hi, I'm like, you need this for your skin, whatever. But I think what's good about our Facebook groups, if you have people that are like commenting and posting that maybe have just bought one thing or say, oh, I want to try that, like, it's at least like, hey, you want to try that? Like, or even like, oh, I'm having this online, invite them to someone else's online part, you know what I mean? Like, to get them in it. And then, or ask them about hosting, because I feel then it's not as like cold and like stalker.
Yeah,
it's just
for sure.
like, it's like, oh yeah, you commented on that, if you're interested in that, whatever. I think that helps, because that conversation's like already there. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna reach out to this random person. So
right. Yeah. And I get, some of the things, like, so for an online, again, I'm doing 100% online classes, honestly. But for me, what that would look like for an online class is obviously, having a post about posting, right? But then that's not enough. Like, if I just do only that, maybe once in a blue moon, someone will be like, yeah, I want to do this too. But it usually is going to come from either a personal message to everybody, or an email to everybody that orders. Thanks so much for shopping during Carrie Ann's class. I have a $20 coupon for those that want to book. First person to email it, just like make it more urgent. So it's when I kind of go through all those things, like sending a message, posting about it several times, asking the host if she thinks that there's anybody that would make a good host. It's like when you do all those things, it makes a difference versus like just one post or just briefly mentioning it at your in-person class. If you have an more incentive, or just, telling people that your host is actually going to get extra rewards if somebody, not you, but if somebody books their own class off this. So I always have to try and remember to, but just doing all those things is going to save you from like starting from scratch and having to go through the follow-ups of the people in your Facebook group. So those would be my tips for that. And it's nothing secret. It's just back to the basics of, how that all works. So yeah. Oh my gosh. I want to keep coughing into the camera here. But anyway, we'll share this recording with the others. And again, as you're working towards whatever your own goals are for October, that cumulative team effort will hopefully pay off for getting Carrie Ann to reach her goals. And it's, it truly does take a team. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And it all is really a team thing. So,
and I feel like once like we start going, like I feel like we just keep going, like kind of like you did, Leah. Like I feel like it just, the momentum kind of just stays, and everybody benefits from that, right? Like I feel like we benefited when you made it to leader, because now you're like directly in Amelia's meetings and things like that. Like I feel there's like, I know my biggest struggle with all of this, and I know it was that way for maybe everybody, but I know like specifically Vivian and me with our project manager mind, like there were so many different lines of communication coming in the beginning. And I feel now that like, okay, we're like Team Klein, you're a leader, you have that direct relationship with, Wendy and Dana, but you're also getting information from Amelia like directly. So I feel like that helps too. I feel like that, like it's more of a narrow stream, or streamlined of how we get information. And y'all know that I am like detailed, so I will be getting that information and I will be making sure like, okay, this is what's happening. Like,
and they just sent an email today that said, I think we're going to probably get kicked off here soon. Usually they do after 40 minutes. They sent an email today that said, October 17th, there's a special announcement coming to leaders and above. And then we'll get that information like 4 days before everybody else, kind of a thing. So that part is nice. And then another cool thing about leaders is they get, like whenever there's a new catalog and new products coming, leaders can get all of the new products for free, like a new product launch kit. And Wendy said it's like $300 worth. It's not like $50. It's like all the things. So that's kind of fun too. And you can start using it and sharing it beforehand. But yeah, definitely lots of fun perks. And truly, you could be putting, if you took the hours that you were, it's not like when Carrie Ann, when you become a leader, you're going to have done like tons more than when you were an executive consultant or, like it feels overwhelming probably right now because you are going for the goal, but then it's just going to kind of, things will fall into place and, you'll know how to allocate your time and all that. So yeah, we're going to be all cheering you on, and there's still lots of time left in October. So that's another thing. Don't, sometimes it's easy to be like, oh, I I only have 2 things for the rest of the month, but if you wanted your calendar to look different, it could look totally different in an hour if you, depending on what you did for that time.
And all my stuff is next week. So I've been like panicking the last week and a half. I'm like, there's nothing. I haven't sold anything, but like all my stuff is next week. So
yeah. And that's another thing too. Last thing is that through the years, I've learned that I like to like stack things at the front of the month because then I'm not, worried or stressed towards the end of the month. It's like stuff at the end of the month is just like bonus at that point, right? So if you can kind of plan your schedule, and kind of stack it at the front end and then keep, you can always fill in the back end later. But yeah. So anyway, anything else anyone has?
No, sounds good.
Thank you, Leah.
Yeah, thank you. Too bad more people couldn't have. We're not.
I know.
Well, I'll try to get this recording thing figured out and send it over. So
awesome.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.